All right, everybody. Welcome to episode 4 of the On Fire podcast. I'm here with Blake.
We back,
baby. Episode 4. Oh, baby.
Let's go.
Not sure if everybody follows us on Instagram, but if you don't know, if we get 20 plays, that is on all platforms, including YouTube, of this episode, we will be featuring a surprise guest that nobody, I don't even know who it is on episode 5, but we'll find somebody pretty good. I got someone in mind. So, well, hey, Blake, how about we quit messing around and we get into it? How about it? Let's go. All right. So obviously we're going to start with the On Fire segment, just the top 3 players or teams who have been on fire this past week in the NHL. Blake, why don't you go ahead and start with your first pick here?
All right. Bit unprepared at first, but little look at the league, you can tell who is doing well right now. My first pick is Dallas. They've won 6 of their last 7, and it looks to me on their stats that all of their depth are getting their points that they need to be getting, except Tyler Seguin, which doesn't surprise me. But, yeah, they're playing very well right now. I think they're on a 3-game winning streak at the moment. And
That's sweet, yeah. No, honestly, like the Dallas Stars may be good or whatever, and they made the finals 2 years ago, but I want to be straight up and say Tyler Seguin and Jamie Benn are a couple of bums nowadays.
Washed up.
Like, they should be the team's top players, and Tyler Seguin is touted as this high goal scorer. He's not, like, he hasn't been good since, like, how long has it been, man?
Yeah, he should still be in his prime. He's only 29 right now.
Yeah, like, come on, man. Like, I don't know. It's kind of embarrassing just how much he's not doing. He is a friend of Mike Stud, so, you know, I'll let him slide for that reason and that reason only.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, he played some pong with him, some ping pong. We love that. So, honestly, it's kind of been the same people who have been on fire for, like, every week. Like, the people who are on fire are staying on fire. We've been trying to pick some new people here. I am going to go with the old reliable Draisaitl just because I want to talk about 20 goals in 19 games. Are we going to see a 50-50 here? Are we going to see a 50-50 this year?
I mean, have we seen it before?
I've never seen it in my life.
I mean, I don't know, but he's on pace for it, so...
He's on pace for it. Like, what if we see a 50-50, man? Like...
That'd be unreal.
Like, I don't know who the last person to do it in the league was, but it was probably Gretzky or Lemieux. Like, that's what we're looking at, man. Like, it's insane. I only wanted to talk about Draisaitl for that reason. Not much more needs to be said. He's got 40 points in 20 games. Is that what it is?
It's
19 games?
20 games.
20 games, 40 points, 20 goals.
That's 2 points a game.
Yeah, this guy is literally a goal and an assist per game, 20 goals, 20 assists. He's just so good. How can I not talk about him?
Ahead of the best player in the world. Do you think he's an argument to be like up there too with McDavid as best player in the world?
Well, I don't think he is. I think McDavid's far more skilled, but I don't think you can count this guy out of the argument for number 2. A lot of people will say Nathan McKinnon's number 2 or this guy's number 2. But look at the facts here. McKinnon's never had a 100-point season. Like, if you look at Draisaitl's last 82 games, he's probably at like 200 points. Okay, like this guy's points pace is disgusting. Every season, it's either McDavid or Draisaitl that leads the league in points.
Yeah. And we've seen tons of like dynamic duos like this, like players that are playing together, like Marchand and Pasternak.
Yeah.
Malkin and Crosby. But we've never seen it
on
this level.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable. They're 20 games and 40 points for one of them. How much has McDavid played? All 20 games?
Yeah. They've both played all 20 games.
So they combined for 76 points in 20 games combined.
I don't even know what to say about that. But you know what? It's pretty easy to say that this is something that I've never seen before, like in my whole life, you know? Like we're both 18 years old here and we've never seen this. Like if we ask our dads here, like they probably haven't seen this since Lemieux and Gretzky, man. Like this is something this is a generational thing, and you know, like Crosby and Ovechkin, they were good when they came into the league and everything in their prime. They were crazy. They're phenomenal generational players. but we never ever saw them on pace for 200 points and 50 and 50. It's just not something you see anymore,
and
man.
Personally, I hope I see it.
I want to see it.
I don't care that they're Edmonton Oilers. I want to see it.
Yeah, like I really want to see it, and I hate the Edmonton Oilers. I have McDavid in the hockey pool. That's part of the motivation. But like also just because I want to see this unfold. Like who doesn't want to see that? Whether you hate the Edmonton Oilers with all your life like us or not, but... Okay, we should probably move on here. Who's your number 2 there, Blake?
My number 2 is someone we never would have expected. Nazem Kadri, 5th in points in the scoring race, and he has 23 points in his last 12 games. Yeah,
this guy's nasty.
Getting points like McDavid out here. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, just out of nowhere, this guy's popping off. Like, I did not expect that. And in our hockey pool at the beginning of the year, he wasn't even, like, on a team. He had to, like, get picked up off of waivers.
Oh, what a pickup that was. What a sleeper that was.
That was unreal. Like, wow. I don't even know what to say about this guy. Like, he's just, with the absence of McKinnon, he's really filling in that spot there. He's doing great. Like, it's good to see that. Like, he's doing really good for sure. So my number 2 pick is someone that I usually don't like to talk about. It's Johnny Goudreau. Look, I'm a fan of the Flames and everything, but I'm not a fan of Johnny Goudreau. I think, straight up, he's a pussy. I don't think he doesn't put in the effort out there offensively or defensively. He's scared of getting hit. And look, I understand you're 5'9", probably weigh 60 pounds, and your stick flex is like 30. But like, look at Alex DeBrincat. Look at Nathan Gerby, or however you say his name. Both of those guys are, Mangiapane. They're all the exact same size or smaller than Johnny Goudreau, and they battle way harder than this guy. I have a video that I like to keep bringing up where it's the most embarrassing thing that I had to take a video of it when I saw it on my TV.
I know the exact video.
Because I've never seen anybody put in less effort out there. Like, I'm surprised Daryl Sutter hasn't bent this guy over his knee and gave him a fat spanking, because this guy's a child. He doesn't play like a man out there. He plays like a little fucking boy. But we're supposed to be talking about how good he's doing. I had to explain why I don't like him, but okay. Sorry.
I digress.
Yeah, I digress. I'll go calm down a little bit, but Johnny Goudreau is doing really good right now, and I can't take that away from him. He's like, he has not been doing good for the past 2 seasons, but this season he's really getting back to where we saw him when he was scoring 99 points in a season.
I wonder if his contract year has something to do with his
performance. I'm getting paid this offseason, so maybe I should step it up for one season.
From all you said about him, you're in luck, because he probably won't be with the Flames and then next year.
Yeah,
exactly. Probably be signed by someone else. Flames got to sign Mangiapane and Kachuk somehow.
Exactly. Like, we need the money, and he's a UFA. Like, I know he doesn't want to be here, because like I don't want him here. He doesn't want to be here. Like, it's just, like, I know a lot of fans don't want him here. Some do, but like, I don't see him staying. He's an American boy, wants to play on an American team. Whether, like, a lot of people will obviously say New Jersey or Philly. And I just know that Brad Treliving's not going to trade him. He's going to just let him walk. We're going to get nothing for him, and it's just going to be gone. So.
And we're a good team this year, too, so we're probably not going to sell him to anyone.
Yeah. Like, if anything, we're going to buy at the deadline, and then Goudreau's going to walk, and we're going to have to try and pay Kachuk, Mangiapane, Shillington, all these guys who are having a great year. Like, we've got a lot of cap problems. We have less than $1 million cap space to work with currently. Yeah. Okay, so who's your number 3 spot there, Blake?
Number 3, on the Toronto Maple Leafs. Toronto Maple Leafs are playing really well right now. Doing a lot better than the beginning.
Soup. Wait, are you talking about Soup?
I am talking about Soup.
Let's go. I love Soup.
I think we talked about him last week, didn't we?
Yeah, I think so. But that's okay. I like Soup.
Yeah, so 17 games played, 11 wins, pretty good. Really good there. 1.68 goals against average. Not .943 save percentage.
Yeah.
And he hasn't dropped below .930 save percentage in his last 6 games.
If Jack Campbell was Campbell Soup, he'd be chunky. That's how good he's doing right now. You know, I
get in my billet.
No, that guy's dope for sure. Like, he's actually really good. He was supposed to be the backup goalie this year, and then Peter Mrazek was just like, I'm about to take a year off real quick. And he's doing really good for sure. Like, the numbers don't lie. He's basically like Jacob Markstrom, but for the Leafs. Like, he's doing just as good, just a little bit less shutouts, mind you.
And he came out of nowhere last year, and now he's just one of the best goalies in the league.
Yeah, like currently, yeah.
He's fun to watch too.
Yeah, he actually is, and like I like his interviews and everything. Yeah. How he's just like such a nice guy, and he's like, we just go out there and laugh and smile. And I'm just like, this guy is, he's so funny. And then he remember when he offered Austin Matthews, he was like, I'll take you to Red Lobster, my treat. And I'm like, Austin Matthews is out here getting paid a cool 10 mil or whatever it is. And you're offering to buy him Red Lobster?
What is this, Chell 21?
Yeah, exactly. Be a pro, where you have to pay for like their museum tickets and everything. But I just think that's so funny. This guy just seems like literally the nicest human being you could ever meet, and it's so funny.
Who's your third pick, Brandon?
My third pick, thank you for asking, Blake, is a favorite by the Danny Heatley Twitter account, the New York Rangers, and let me put it in his words. Is Chris Kreider fucking nasty? Is he nasty?
They are kind of nasty.
They are kind of nasty. Like, Shesterkin, Chris Kreider, Artemi Panarin. Like, I like that Danny Heatley, like, the Twitter account. Big shout out to that guy, by the way. I get a lot of, like, I read his Twitter account every day. So I just want to,
It's never not a waste of time.
Yeah, like, it's so funny.
Whenever you load up the app, it's just...
If you miss any of his tweets, go back and read them, because they're so funny. And, like, I'm a big fan of Danny Heatley. I got his picture hanging on my wall and shit. Like,
and if you don't you watch any hockey, you could still find a way to find that entertaining.
It's still funny because sometimes he just tweets out random shit. Like, if you follow me, I'll just I always retweet his funniest stuff because I just keel over laughing, man. But anyways, get back on topic here. Like, he likes to talk about Chris Kreider, and I like how he mentions how Chris Kreider is in like the middle of his career, or maybe like the late to mid stage of his career, but he's still finding a way to like change his game completely. Now, mind you that he may need to learn to go offside a little less, because he is going offside every like 5 minutes, but this guy is scoring like crazy. Like, I picked him up in the hockey pool, and my team collectively may not be doing so great, but he's actually doing really good. Like, him, and obviously Panarin's good. Like, I don't even have to say that. And Shesterkin is actually looking a lot better than last year, right?
Yeah, also, they should have better performances out of Kakko and Lafreniere too.
Yeah, absolutely they should. I don't know why they're not. Like, Lafreniere, if anything's doing better than Kakko. I don't know what's wrong with Kakko. He's had years to develop, and he hasn't done anything. Oh wow. And then, but like, Lafreniere is, I guess he's all right. He's scoring here and there, whatever. But who else? Oh yeah, Ryan Strome. Like, he's not good on the faceoff draw, as we've seen in the pool, but like, he's getting points, right?
Yeah, and they got like obviously Shesterkin goaltending, and their defense is pretty locked down.
Adam Fox. Oh yeah, Adam Fox is so good.
Oh, I forgot. How do we forget about Adam Fox? That motherfucker.
Yeah, fuck that guy, man. Like, okay, but regardless, he's so good.
He's so good.
He's so good.
So good.
Okay, that's it for the On Fire segment this week. We are going to move on to a little bit of a random topic. It's not really a segment. Just want to talk about, like, Brady Tkachuk getting bit today. What the hell is that?
I didn't really, find an angle on it, but, I know that apparently
happened.
Apparently got bit twice.
Yeah. I watched a video where they're, scrumming on the ground. You could see he, bit him twice and tried to bite him more. I think he even bit him, 3 or 4 times, the tip of his finger. Because he was just a biting machine out there. And then he drew blood on the last one.
Turtles.
Yeah, seriously. And I agree with Brady Tkachuk where he says the guy's a brickhead. Because what are you doing?
What is this, kindergarten?
Yeah, Brady Tkachuk was like, little kids don't even do that anymore. This guy's a brickhead. Nobody wants to play with him anymore. And
let's find the entire statement that he put out.
Yeah, it's go on TSN's Instagram.
Yeah. Oh, I found it.
There we go. Okay, so he says, "This is the one time I'm going to answer this. It was the most gutless thing somebody could ever do. This guy, you can ask any one of his teammates, nobody ever wants to play with him. This guy is a bad guy and a bad teammate. He focuses on himself all the time. This guy's just a joke. He shouldn't be in the league. This guy's gutless. No other team wants him. He's going to keep begging to be in the NHL, but no other team is going to want him. He's an absolute joke. He's a joke. I can't even wrap my head around it. People don't even do this. He's just a bad guy. And then he didn't stop there. He said, it's outrageous. Kids don't even do that anymore. Babies do that. My little nephew Brax does that, okay? Not NHL players making millions, okay? Little Brax with his brand new teeth do that, okay?
I'm surprised to see that.
So that's pretty much his whole statement.
There was also like people who like didn't really understand like what was going on, and they were like saying like, "Oh, Brady Tkachuk being a baby again," and people are like, "He literally bit him."
Yeah, like one of my pet peeves has always been people who think it's okay to spit or swap bodily fluids like in that way in hockey. Like they don't understand that. Like I understand that spitting is a disrespectful gesture, but that's one of the grossest things you can do. And like Brad Marchand licking somebody, like just all of that, you're transferring your spit to them. And like I guess in today's world more than ever that's gross, but like I've always found that very gross. Yeah. Like if anybody ever spat on me in hockey before I threw up, I would kick their fucking ass.
It's kind of embarrassing that that's like even a thing.
The fact that they're like grown men making millions and they bite a child.
And it's not even like...
Not a child, but you know what I mean.
I don't understand how Boston fans aren't embarrassed with like Marchand, with what he was doing.
Like full on licking someone's face.
Like they think that he's their angel.
Yeah.
But he's league-wide known to be an ass.
Yeah, him and Tom Wilson are just like people that it's like okay, like Brad Marchand I would is one of those players where it's like he's done some dirty shit, but I would like to have him on my team because he's so good. But Tom Wilson is so dirty. And I fucking hate Tom Wilson. He's a good goal scorer, but he is so dirty, and there's no place for that in hockey. Matthew Tkachuk has thrown, like, whatever, those elbows on Drew Doughty and whatever, but...
One elbow.
Yeah,
in
like...
his rookie season.
Like, come on, man. Like, he hasn't done anything that bad.
Well, I don't understand why people are saying that Tkachuk is so dirty.
Yeah.
He's not that dirty.
Yeah.
He just threw an elbow once, and like...
And
what else did he really
But,
do?
like, the whole league hates him.
What else did Tkachuk do? Send me an email with a list of everything that he's done, and all it will have is that Doughty elbow.
And then I'll send you back an email saying what Doughty's done, what Tom Wilson has done, what Brad Marchand has done, and Evander Kane, and we'll see who's the real bad guy here.
Continuing on with like Drew Doughty there, it was funny because later on that same season, Doughty was caught throwing an elbow at McDavid, and nobody talked about it because it was Doughty.
Yeah, fucking. They were like, well, Tkachuk's dirty. And it's like, okay.
You Tkachuk.
Yeah, whatever, man. All right. That's enough Brady Tkachuk for today. So we're going to move on to the thick of the podcast here. Real quick, we both just bought Chell 22. We buy it annually. And it's a hockey podcast. I feel like we could talk about the game a little bit here. We've each got 3 points. Blake, why don't you go through your 3 points real quick first?
Oh. My first point is I don't like the passing. It feels a lot more less assisted because I play on max pass assist. So the pass assist just feels useless. And I ice the puck way more often than I did last year. It's kind of tough to like look over that. Kind of hurts the game a bit, but yeah. That's a small critique. I'm going to be pretty critical with this.
Yeah, and your second one?
And my second one is the AI. The AI new engine, I know, but it's the same. The AI acts the same. It's all the same. They're all dumb as fuck. Superstar difficulty's easy still. I don't mean to flex, but superstar difficulty's kind of easy.
Defensively, like on your own team there, like they don't cover the opponents up front of that. You have to do all the work yourself.
I had that in mind when you had that issue. Was the AI doing that crap?
Yeah.
And my third one was, this is a positive. The new animations are great. I love the new puck protection. Puck protection like immerses me so much into the game, and just for that, I think I recommend playing the game. Yeah. Not for $70.
Yeah.
But definitely like picking up the trial or something, giving the game a shot or something.
Yeah, definitely. I think those are good points. My second one was also about like gameplay improvements, including the new shot blocking, better puck protection. I found cross creases are a lot harder to get through this year because defensive positioning is actually a little bit rewarded, which is nice. We want to see that. And, I haven't tested it out fully, so I may change my opinion on this, but we really needed it. Like last year, defensive, you could be in the perfect position and your guy wouldn't stop it. So, that's nice. And also the stick being its own physical entity, that is so nice. Like the fact that if they shoot right at your stick, it'll actually stop it instead of just going through. Like that is so nice. Another positive note, Hut has some good additions. Me and Blake both play a lot of Hut. I know we got a few guys out there who play a lot of Hut too. I like some of the minor additions that they made that just made it overall better, like removing team synergies, the addition of X factors, and how you can only, you have so many ability points, so you can only activate so many superstar abilities, and, the squad battles refresh, just kind of all those things that really just were annoying last year kind of got removed this year, and, we're just on track for a better game is what we are.
Oh, not to mention the roster sharing.
Yeah, that's coming soon, and I think that's the best addition because every year I spend days making custom characters and fixing the rosters just to be close to Tactics HD's rosters because he puts in all the prospects and everything that play in the US development program or in college and they can't be in the game because they don't have the license for that, and he makes them and puts them in the game. And so I do it like that too, so that franchise mode's as realistic as possible. But it takes me so long, and Tactics has already done it. So why can't we just do roster sharing, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to wrap this up real quick. Ending on a negative note for this game, because that's how all NHL games should be viewed, as negative, because EA doesn't listen to what needs to be fixed. Come on, man. This game, you should not buy if you're not a hardcore fan. And if you're a hardcore fan, you should not be buying it for anything less than an on sale price. You should not be buying it for full price. You should not be buying it unless it's on Black Friday or Boxing Day. You should not be pre-ordering it. You should not be paying $80 to play this game because it's not worth it. They don't deserve your money, and it's embarrassing, man.
It's tough that the base game of the Series X version is $90.
Yeah.
$90.
There's no way to justify that. And the fact that this game is not for casual fans, if you're a casual fan, don't buy this. No. Straight up. If you have NHL 20 or something, you're fine. If you have NHL 21 and you just only play it when someone comes over to your house hey, let's rip a game of Chell, then don't buy this game. Yeah. Unless you're hardcore, you don't need it. If you haven't bought a new game since NHL 16, then yeah, buy this game. You'll like it. You'll like some of the new game modes and everything. But honestly, if you were to buy last year's game, you probably don't need to buy a new game if you're a casual fan until 24. Just with their progression. Okay. All right, real quick, wrap up the podcast. Off the top of your head, Blake, who is the most underrated player in the league?
Well, Mangiapane is not that underrated anymore because everyone knows how good he is now. So I can't say him anymore. Maybe. Ooh, that's a good one. Don't know.
I'll tell you my take while you think about yours.
All right.
I think David Perron is the most underrated player in the NHL. This guy's led the St. Louis Blues, at least last season, he was their point leader. And ever since he's gotten to St. Louis, he's been either their top point producer or one of. And he still is. He was a scratch on Vegas. Nobody talks about this guy. St. Louis Blues are doing good, and he's a big part of that, right?
Yes. I think that one of the most underrated players that is never talked about on the Ducks is Jakob Silverberg. Because every time I see him play or watch him online playing against another team or something, he is always scoring a goal or he's always making plays. Maybe his stats don't show that, but I think he impacts that team more than everyone thinks he does.
Yeah.
And I've always thought he was just, whenever the Ducks play the Flames, whenever he has the puck, I'm always afraid of him.
Yeah.
Because he always scores. And that's my pick for who's the most underrated player in the league right now.
What's your off the top of your head question?
My off the top of the head question is, now that Braden Point is injured indefinitely, I don't know how long it would be, but do you think they pull another Kucherov next year or this year in the playoffs, or
like keep him out until playoffs?
Yeah.
Probably. Like, I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they do, honestly. That's just kind of their thing at this point.
Yeah.
Like,
don't they have another one that's out right now?
Kucherov is out.
Kucherov's out again?
Yeah.
Why did I not know this?
I don't know, man. Like, Kucherov's out. They're gonna do the same thing as last year, plain and simple.
Well, if 15 million on LTIR, why not put 30 on?
Yeah, fuck it. Just put the whole salary cap on there. Bring them all back on playoffs, right? I mean, if the league's not gonna punish you for it,
might as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's just free real estate.
It's another cup for them.
All right.
Dynasty.
So, ran a little long there this week, but hey, that's okay. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Who cares? Anyways, thank you for tuning in. Hopefully this reaches our goal here. If so, we will see you next week with a special guest. As always, tell your mom, tell your grandma, maybe tell some actual hockey fans about the podcast. It doesn't have to be only your mom and your grandma, but like tell your friends, tell everybody about the podcast, because we love that, Steve. We love that. Anything you want to say, Blake?
No.
No? All right.
You said everything that needs to be said.
All right. So check out the link in our Instagram bio to see where you can listen to the podcast. Everything will be uploaded to YouTube. We're working on editing the videos as quick as we can to get them out there. Takes a little bit to edit them, but we're pretty much everywhere on socials. So if you want to find where to listen, where to see the highlights of the podcast, click that link. So we'll see you in the next episode. You ready?
Yeah.